on this amazingly gorgeous day. Just so you know, this is the best day of your life, right here, right now, today. And part of it that makes it that is you've come to yoga. So yay. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about, we're on our breath series and the importance of breath for our health. And so our breath, as we reviewed from last week, it dictates our emotions. But what we do sometimes when we're not consciously aware of our breath, our emotions are dictating our breath. So we breathe shallow, we breathe fast, we don't breathe, you know, all of that. And so to have that breath. And so there's a lot of stresses going on. There's typically always stresses going on in your personal lives and in the world. The world is particularly, you know, on fire right now. And it can cause that stress, you know, when we watch things on TV and, you know, we get filled with fear and what's happening and oh my gosh, like what's going on in the world. And all of that can cause anxiety in our body. And so there's, you know, different breathing techniques that can help us just get rid of that anxiety. And so today we're going to, and many of you have done this, but we're going to do the Brahmari breath, which is basically humming, right? We're humming our breath out. And one of the things that I just recently was listening to a really great podcast, and as we age, it's more important to consciously breathe because like most things in our body, or many things in our body, as we get older, our muscles get weaker, our bones get stiffer, our joints get stiffer, you know. And a lot of that has to do with the sedentary lifestyle that we have going on. I've just heard that the fourth largest cause of death is sitting too much, being sedentary. And so that blew my mind, but it makes sense, right? Because the body was meant to be moving. Our ancestors moved all day long from the time they woke up to the time they went to bed. They were doing their chores, they were tending the garden, they were walking to the store, they, you know, all of that. And that has changed. But so that's why the importance of coming here. When we breathe, as we get older, actually to focus on, if you read my reminder on Monday, it's the exhale breath that we want to have more in our purview. Also the inhale, but when you think about it, let's just do a little experiment. We're just sitting in our chair. And you're going to take just a little breath in, and then you're just going to take a little breath out, right? Little breath in, a little breath out, right? Now take a little breath in and try to take a bigger breath out. And it's hard, right? Because you don't have a lot of oxygen. Again, take a little breath in and then try to breathe out as much as you can. Yeah. And now we're going to take a bigger breath in and a bigger breath out. And you see how your exhale breath, feel how your exhale breath can really go longer, right? And the thing is that our muscles, as they start to weaken and not be as pliable, it doesn't close. We don't close our rib cage as efficiently as we did when we were younger. So we don't squeeze out the air in our lungs. And when we don't do that, then it keeps a lot of toxic air in our body, right? So I'll stop with that. So we're going to focus a little bit on mindfully exhaling our breath. And when we exhale our breath, it clicks on a little something in our brain to say, relax. It clicks on that parasympathetic nervous system to say, relax, because the body must be relaxed because you're breathing out deeply. So when you think about it, when you're relaxed, you tend to, you know, really have space to breathe out. Yeah. So let's do Brahmari breath and the humming. So the sound of this humming sound also clicks on this little thing in our brain to say, okay, it's time to calm down. So let's just shake, shake, shake. I've been talking too much here. Let's shake, shake the head, blink the eyes, move the body. Yeah, good. And then bring the hands onto your lap. You can bring the palms up or down, however they feel best on your body. So let's just take a breath in through the nose and then breathe out through the nose. And take a nice big breath in. And now as you exhale, just hum the breath out as long as you can. Take that hum as long as you can, and then relax. Good. Now let's close our eyes. We're going to do a few rounds of that, just humming it out, right? And just knowing that that humming sound, that vibration, probably feel it in your head. It just, it ignites this, this nitric oxide in our nasal cavities. This nitric oxide, which is this powerhouse molecule that's in, the most of it is in our nasal passages, right? And what it does in our body is it dilates our blood vessels, our capillaries, right? And it increases the oxygenation in our whole body just by humming, right? Just by clicking on that little message in the brain and relaxing those membranes in our nose. Let's try a few, just humming as long as we can out. So take a big breath in through the nose and hum it out. See how long you can extend the exhale breath. This also helps us to slow down the exhale breath so it can be deeper. When you exhale fast, you're taking out all the oxygen really fast and you can't extend. Take a breath in through the nose and breathe it out through a hum. Notice where you're feeling the vibrations, maybe in your head, in your face. And one more, take a breath in and breathe out. Let's do two more at your own pace. Notice if you can take it a little longer with each breath. Nice and soft, nice and relaxed. Continue on at your own pace. Just knowing that this is increasing that nitric oxide in our bloodstream like 15%, by 15%, by just doing this. Calming our central nervous system down. And just do one more at your own pace. Good. And then slowly open the eyes. And you can do this same breath with opening and closing your ears. We've done that before. There's a certain mudras on your face. We'll go into that on Friday. If you come to class on Friday, you'll get a little bit more deeper into different options of this. But I just wanted to start out with making it simple, right? Hum in the shower, hum in your car, hum, right? And you hear that, you see people. I used to see a lot and hear a lot more people as they were doing their tasks humming. And I don't hear that as much anymore. And probably because we're more into the sympathetic stress mode these days. But then it's even more important to hum when you're feeling stressed, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling that. Also really nice to go to sleep too, right? So just hum your favorite song, hum when you don't feel like humming, and then you'll feel like humming after you're done humming when you don't feel like humming. Did you get that? Anyway, you get the point. Yeah, so just experiment with that this week if you're not coming on, to class on Friday, even if you are, and see, and just check it out. See how that works. Okay, let's begin to move the body a little bit. And again, the body was designed to move all day. So even if we're sitting in our chairs, we can move. So let's shake again. Shake the head, blink the eyes. Good. Yeah, and our body has this miles and miles and miles of fascia tissue. Fascia tissue is just this white tissue that's all throughout your tendons, your bones, your joints, and it needs to move to stay lubricated. And when we don't move, it starts to harden, it starts to stiffen, and then our body feels stiff. So any little movements that you can do during the course of your day, even sitting and standing, yes, that's a big one. It's huge. And it's just really helpful to keep us healthy. Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, this body, it's like not driving a car for a long period of time and all the fluids just sort of sink down, right? It's good to run the engine regularly. Okay, so getting a nice tall spine, sitting up nice and tall. Take a nice big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, you can exhale and drop your chin to your chest if you want. Yeah, just so that we come into a habit of that. And then on an inhale breath, let's just roll our head. So roll the head over to one side and up, and over to the other side and down. And just know that all these movements that we do in this class in yoga is getting that fascia tissue to move around, and that keeps it just stretchy and moist and moving. Good. Next time the head comes forward, pause and go the other direction. Inhaling up, and again simply just even breathing in your nose and out also increases that nitric oxide in the nose, and then within the body. Good. And then next time that the head comes forward, pause. Good. Press down into your feet and slowly lift your head back up. Relax your arms down alongside your body. Good. On an inhale breath, press into your feet, lift your shoulders up. I just love this stretch. It's so good for our spine. When we sit a lot, it compresses our vertebrae. And exhale, relax. Yeah. Press down into your feet, inhale, reach up. And exhale, relax. So even if you are sort of chair bound for a while, or just recovering, inhale, all these can be done. The beauty of this practice is it gives you options, easy, simple options to stay healthy. Good. And let's roll the shoulders now. Good. In one direction. Let's roll the shoulders forward. Good. Other direction. Good. Let's relax the arms down, turn the palms out. With nice relaxed arms, you're gonna press into your feet as you inhale. Just circle sweep, nice and easy, your arms out and up, just to where it feels good. And then exhale, float your arms down. Good. And if it's even just, if you've had shoulder injury or whatever, even if it's just to where all of a sudden your body will say, nope, that's it, and then, but just doing it a little bit at a time. A little bit goes such a long way when we do movement. Yeah. And just make your day-to-day moving easy and enjoyable, and put some nice music on, and just don't even have an agenda. Just move the body however it feels like moving at the time. And you'll see once you start that, all of a sudden you'll sort of remember one of the poses that we did in yoga, or whatever other classes you're taking, and relax the arms now down. Good. All right, one more time. Inhale, reach the arms just halfway up now. And we're gonna bend the elbows. And we're gonna bring our fingers to the back of our head. So resting your finger pads on the back of your head and bringing your thumbs to right around your jaw area. Good. This is such a nice stretch if you tend to be on computers or devices a lot, or have your head down. Maybe you read all day long, which that's great, but you also want to get up and move between that at least every half hour if you can. And now let's just take our eyes and roll them over to the right, and then forward and over to the left and forward, and look up towards your eyebrows. So nothing's moving but your eyeballs, and forward, and look down and forward. Good. And then relax the hands, let them just float back down towards the floor, the fingers towards the floor. Excuse me, and roll it out. Yeah. All right, let's bring our attention to our feet. And we're gonna lift our toes up as high as we can. Yeah. And then relax your toes down. So this is a little bit of a dorsiflex in the feet. Our feet, especially our ankles as we age, they start to get a little stiff. Yeah, lift the toes up, hold, and then release the toes down. Well, you probably can't see my toes in this frame, but however much you can lift the toes up again, you start to feel that strengthening in the top of your foot and the front of your ankle, up your shin, and relax. And one more time, lift up, give it your 100%, hold it, lift the toes, lift them up another 1/8 of an inch if you can. Yeah, and then release them down. Good. And now lift the heels just as a counter stretch. I got a little adjustment in my ankle there. Drop your heels, lift your toes, drop your toes, lift your heels. Again, a beautiful movement stretch for our lower legs sitting in our chair. And it's so important, I think. This is why I even, started this class, because we sit so much in society. So to know that you can do things, but sometimes you have to, you're at your computer, you have to do work or whatever, or you can't stand, you're not mobile for whatever reason. Yeah. And it's just important to know there's things that you can do. All right, we're gonna scoot forward a little bit more in our chair if you're not there already. We're gonna take our legs out wide. And even this, when we're sitting, so take the flesh out from underneath your sit bones. See if you can feel those sit bones at the bottom of your hip socket, are your hip bones, right? And just feel them grounded on your chair. Sit up nice and tall. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, hinge forward. Good. And over to one side. And back. And over to the other side. And forward. Feel free to close your eyes whenever you're moving and you're in a safe place. And that helps us to become aware of what's going on with our body, just as we do this gentle little turn. Notice the weight shift in your sit bones from right to left. Notice how your low back feels. There should be no pain, maybe just a little stretch. Yeah. Notice what's going on in your thighs. Next time you come forward, pause and reverse. There's movement in so many different places here. Even in your toes, press your toes down a little bit as you do these nice circles. Yeah, stretching. Good. The next time that you come forward, pause. Good. Bring the body back up. And then bring your toes in and heels in and toes in and heels in. Good. All right, now a nice tall spine again. Relax your arms down alongside your body. Good. On an inhale breath, we're going to reach our arm out and up. Good. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, reach up and lean over. So we're just stretching our spine, all this fascia tissue in the rib cage area and our torso. And then inhale, bring the body back up. And now just turn to the right slightly and drop your arm back. Yeah. I love this pose because it sort of symbolizes press into your feet as you inhale, reach the arm up as your body rotates back forward. And exhale, reach up and lean over. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, turn, and just imagine all the junk that you're holding, all the fear, all the past. The past is the past. It's gone. Let it go. Inhale, reach up. That's what brings sadness, is a lot of things in the past, or regret, yes. And so it's gone. So just as you exhale, drop it all. Let it go. It's nice to learn a little bit from your past, but then let the rest go. And start, as you come forward, start here now. And exhale up and over. Inhale, come up, and exhale, release your arm down. Nice. All right, wiggle out the shoulders. We'll do that on the other side. This nice little dance. Inhale, reach the arm out and up. And exhale, reach up and over. And inhale up, and exhale back. Like a little backstroke. Inhale up, and exhale, reach up and over. And inhale up, and exhale, reach back. And inhale up. One more. Exhale, come up and over, maybe a little bit more, maybe not. And inhale up, and exhale, reach back. Yeah. And relax. Good. And roll out the shoulders and wiggle it out. So again, just sitting in our chairs, we're stretching our ankles, our thighs, our hips, our arms, our shoulders, our neck, our head. Yeah. Good. And now we're just going to do a little twist for our spine. So let's slide over to the right here. So sitting with either both sit bones on your chair. Yes. And hopefully you don't have a handle on your chair, because this could be challenging, right? If you have a handle on your chair. But most of us know at this point that if you want, you can take this outside hip. So it's probably your left hip, and then just let it hang over the edge of the chair. Good. And then if you'd like, you can slide your knee down. Yeah, that feels okay on your body. Keep a nice tall spine. Do a little bit of wiggling out. Get yourself nice and comfortable, right? This right foot is grounded. And if you want to take this foot, lean forward and bring it back a little bit to get a little bit more of a stretch. I don't know what's going on in your body. So just find, but making sure that we can have a nice tall spine. So find your legs, find your pose here. Good. And then take a nice big breath in. Let's reach our left arm up towards the sky and even look up, coming into this seated lunge. Breathe. And then as you exhale, release that arm down. Good. And then if it's available, let's bring that right hand, the left hand, onto the outside of the right thigh. Good. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, start to twist at your waist over to the back of your chair. So keeping a nice tall spine. So you're holding onto the chair and your thigh. Feel free to hold on to the back of your chair, the sides or the top of your chair, if you want a little bit deeper twist. And then rotate your head over towards that left shoulder. Right shoulder, actually. Yeah. And breathe. Good. Nice big breath. Maybe even try humming it out. On the next exhale, breath, relax. Slowly bring the head to look sideways. Yes, forward towards that right leg. Good. And then we're going to lean forward slightly. Grab the back of this left thigh. And on an inhale breath, just bring slowly that leg next to the other. Grab the back of your chair. Scoot both of your hips back onto your chair if they're not there already. Yeah. And then slowly make your way back to the front of your chair. Good. Nice. And then we're going to do the other side. So slowly scoot over to the other side here. Good. All right. And then just decide what you want to do with your legs here. So if you want to scoot this now, right hip off your chair and drop your knee towards the floor, and find how far back you want to go, just as long as you can come back up with a nice straight spine. Yeah, good. And then with this right hand, maybe you bring it onto that left side. Good. So take a nice big breath in. And then exhale it out and slowly start to turn toward the back of your chair. Again, on this side. Good. Hands can stay where they are. You can bring both hands onto the back of your chair, the top of your chair. Keep the spine gently tall. Good. And feel free to turn the head to look over that left shoulder now. And find 3 long, deep breaths here. Yeah. Big breaths, so squeezing out. Giving our internal organs a little bit of a massage here. Yeah, a little nice rotation, gentle rotation for the spine. Opening up for the hips. And breathe. 2. And 1. And slowly relax and slowly bring the head to gaze back to the left. Good. And forward. Grab the back of that right thigh, and on an inhale breath, just help to guide that foot next to the other. Scoot both of your hips back onto your chair, and then slowly make your way to the front of your chair. Nice and easy. All movements are slow. Yeah. Let's just do a little cat-cow here, so hands on so nice movement for our spine. Yeah. And take a breath in and lift the heart, look up. And exhale, round your back, just gently drop your head. Just be very mindful of what feels good on your back. Don't extend, especially if you have severe osteoporosis. Forward folds are sort of contraindicated for that. Inhale, lift the heart, slide your hands up, reach your arms back, always talking to your doctor. And if you have a doctor that's privy to yoga, well, lucky you. Drop the head. Well, many of them are becoming that. I've heard many of you say that your doctors say do yoga, and I'm like, yay. Yeah. And one more, just massaging the spine. Good. And then slowly bring your hands, just to neutral, nice tall spine. All right. So sitting and standing. So that is very important. If any of you have they do sort of strength testing on as we get older for us. And one of the things that typically they make you do is sit and stand for like a minute and see how many you can do, right? And when we can keep our body strong, keep our muscles strong and flexible, we're going to be able to do that. Yeah. So let's utilize this sitting society to our advantage and do a little sit and stand. So it's nice to be, first of all, when you're sitting in a chair, if the seat of your chair makes your hips lower than your knees, so you kind of want to ideally have a nice perpendicular thigh to the floor. Some seats are low, so that would bring your knees up higher. It is almost impossible to stand up from that position. So if you find yourself in a low seat like that, you might find that it's a little bit of a challenge to get up, but you want to scoot forward in your chair. And really any chair, before you stand up, to scoot forward is nice. And just experiment with this. Yeah. And then we're going to lean forward a little bit before we stand up. We're going to just stand up halfway, and then as gently as we can, we're going to sit back down. So feel the momentum of your heart, like it's being pulled forward and up. And so when you're ready, you can slide your toes back even a little bit. On an inhale breath, lean forward and stand up just a bit. And then see if you can just, as much as you can, not completely plop down, but just control the descent. Yeah. Let's do that again. Lean forward, press forward with your heart, press down into your feet, maybe stand up a little bit more. And then slowly sit back down. Now, if any of this is uncomfortable for you, this is what you do. And again, you don't even have to lift your hips. Let's all try this. So we're a nice tall spine. Good. We're going to pretend that we're going to stand up, but we're not. And you still feel all those muscles engage, and then relax. So if this actually standing and sitting is uncomfortable for you to start with, just practice the motion of just coming forward, pressing into your feet like you want to stand, giving it your effort, and then relax. Yeah. And then again, let's try that again, but not quite standing. You just feel all of these muscles engage. That's strength training. And we're not even having to get up from our chair. All right. So on this one, we're gonna stand up fully. Yeah, you ready? So however is comfortable for you, but just being mindful of what your body's doing and the muscles it takes to bring you up from this chair is working. Yeah. All right, on an inhale breath. So it's always on an inhale breath that you want to stand to get you into that pose. So on an inhale breath, let's just come to a complete stand. Finally, right? Yeah. But all these little things are just doable for the rest of your life, right? I mean, if you're sitting and we're 95 or 100 years old and we're sitting all day long, just doing what we just did is making the effort to stand is strength training. Yeah, let's shake it out. Move it around, shake the body. Yeah, and this is good for even our youth, our young people. We've gone to the, over to the side of them. Most jobs, require them sitting all day and being on a screen. And that is not healthy, right? Yeah, for us. All right, so any little things. Okay, we come to a little bit wider stance and let's move our body side to side. Let's get that fascia tissue moving around in our body and our feet, our toes, our legs, our hips. And let's breathe in and breathe out through the mouth this time. Inhale, exhale. I do this a couple times a day. One of the first things in the morning when I get up, I do this. You can do this even while you're watching. Well, if you attempt to watch the news, you can do this and just de-stress yourself while you're getting stressed. Yeah, don't let it sink in. And let's come back to hip distance apart. Good. All right. And on an inhale breath, let's reach the arms out and up. And on an exhale breath, float the arms down. Good. And then on an inhale breath, take a breath in. And as you exhale breath, let's just come into a little bit of a half forward fold. So send your hips back, slide your hands just to your thighs and look at the floor. Just a little baby forward fold here. Yeah. And breathe. Good. And then next exhale breath. If it's comfortable for you to just relax your head down. So this tiny little forward fold here is an inversion, right? Getting blood flow to the brain. Yeah, good. And then on an inhale breath, start to walk your hands up your thighs. Good. And just come to a stand. Head's always the last thing to come up when your head is down. Yeah, good. All right. We're going to practice just a little. Well, let's just do a little bit more movement. We're going to stretch our hands out forward, flip our palms up, take a breath in, and exhale. Bring your fingers to your shoulders. So we're opening up our elbow joint here. Inhale, exhale. Through the nose. Keep your fingers on your shoulders the time they come. Drop your elbows down. Good. And then we're going to do a little circle here. So we're going to lift the elbows up towards the sky. Reach them out and down. So as you come down, your shoulder blades are closer together and then forward. Nice tall spine, maybe looking straight forward, not tucking your chin and getting some, amazing movement in that shoulder joint. Keep us from having stiff, locked shoulders. Yeah. At some point when the elbows come down, reverse, opposite direction. Just making these nice big circles, smile on the face, all these body parts moving around, staying healthy. Yeah, good. and relax. And shake out the hands. Let the fingers flop around. Bring your arms to either side. Stretch your fingers wide and draw them in. Stretch them wide and bring them in. Stretch your fingers wide and bring them in. And shake and relax. All right, let's get a little bit of a movement in here. So we're just going to do a little bit of a march. Yeah. And again, this is moving, right? And so doing this a lot during the course of your day, then you can be talking to somebody, you can be watching your TV or your screen, you can be listening to music. Yeah. And then over time, maybe we lift the knees up a little higher. So slow the march down and control lifting the knees a little bit higher. Yeah, good. Then we're going to challenge ourselves here with the next time the right knee comes up, pause, do the freeze. And a little wobble to right, let the body right itself. And then come to that little bit of a march. Good. And then we're going to do the other knee now, the left knee. Once the next time the left knee comes up, try to pause. You always have your chair here to hold on. But just try to balance for that second. Yeah. So I was just talking yesterday to a woman, fairly young, the locker room. And she said she fell the other day just trying to get her pants on. Standing up and putting pants on. And so this is a really good thing to practice, this freeze thing. Next time the right leg comes up, just practice having that weight shifted. And then if you need to put your pants on, that helps you to not fall over. And then continue on. Let's do the left leg. Yeah. Well, just that simple thing. And then lift the left. Yeah. Pause. Notice if that second time we tried that, if the body was a little more stable, not as wobbly. For me, that's what happened. Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing is that's how accidents happen. That's how we fall, right? And I mean, she, like I said, she was fairly young, and it was even hard for her to just lift her toe up in balance. So, just practicing that, balancing. You can be, again, talking to somebody, watching TV, yeah, right? Brushing your teeth, even on your toe. That's a balance challenge too, right? We talk about that several times. And relax. Yeah, good. All right, coming to mountain pose. Nice tall spine. Good. And do that little back stroke again. Again, just reminding us is when we're in the present moment, we are happiest. If you've ever noticed, even when you were hit with something that was really challenging, and that you had to deal with at the time, that's hard. And being in the space and taking action is hard. But it's not anxiety, right? Anxiety is thinking about what if that happens, or what, and when you're not taking action, you're just making up these stories of what if. That's what anxiety is all about. So when we have something we have to deal with, to just tell yourself, I'm just gonna get it done. Like, I'm just gonna take action. I'm gonna start. And you just start, and you'll see that momentum happens. And then you're not filled with anxiety, maybe stressful at the time, but then it gets done. You do whatever you can to, get it done. If it's not complete and you have more left, just take yourself and give yourself a break, and then take it back up the next day. But it's that sitting and moving about, I should have done this, or what am I gonna do here? So we're gonna just inhale our right arm up, and exhale, reach back and down. So just almost take this and then body forward, reach up. This is now, and then exhale, that was then, leave it. Like just as if you're throwing out all that stuff you're carrying and holding. Inhale up and exhale back and down. And inhale up and exhale back. And one more, inhale up and exhale back. And inhale up and exhale back. and relax. And having a little bit of anxiety is actually healthy, right? That keeps us focused. But when it starts to get out of control and we start to make up all these stories, we need a little anxiety to keep us moving forward each day, to keep us on task. Yeah. So embrace that little bit, but not too much. Yeah, there's a balance there. And relax. Good. Okay. So we're going to relax the arms down. We're going to inhale, reach the arms out and up. Let's bend the elbows. Good. Now, if it's available to you, we're going to start with interlacing our fingers above our head. Yeah. And if that feels okay, see if you can grab onto your wrists with your hands. And if that feels pretty open, you feel pretty open, and another option is to grab onto your elbows or your forearms. But just see how far it's comfortable for you to hold onto your arms above your head. Yeah. Take a nice big breath in. And exhale, just lean over to the right. And inhale, come up. And exhale over to the other side. So your belly's tucked in. Your toes are gently pressing into the floor. You're just gliding side to side here. Again, opening up, stretching fascia tissue. There should be nothing that's uncomfortable. If you're straining in any way, just resituate your hands where they are is feeling like too much. And take care of yourself. Yeah. Take a nice big breath in and just slide your hands out and allow the arms to float down. Always coming out when we have our arms up, come out slowly. That helps the shoulders relax so they don't get strained. Yeah. And shake it out. All right. I'm going to do a little sun movement side to side here, sun salutation. So make sure you have space. We're going to be bowing forward. So I have space on either side. Yeah, good. Let's start with our mountain pose. Let's bring our hands into prayer position. Good. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, relax your arms down. On an inhale breath, circle, sweep your arms out and up. Good. And exhale, bring your hands into prayer position. Good. Now on an inhale breath, we're going to step out to the right. On an exhale breath, just drop your arms, bow forward, reach your arms back, maybe even up. Good. On a big inhale breath, as gracefully as you can, step together. Exhale, hands to heart. Reflect back. We've been doing this now for a little while, for a long time. Remember back when you were doing this for the first time or its first couple times, and coming back to this pose, how incredibly, challenging that was. And see if there's a difference now. Yeah. Inhale out and exhale forward. And maybe there's not. Maybe there's issues with your body today. Yeah. So just do your best. Just don't step out as far if it comes a little bit too hard. All right. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, relax the arms down. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. And exhale, back to heart. Good. Time, inhale over to the left. Exhale, bow forward. Reach the arms back and reach them up. That's a nice stretch for your shoulders. Now on that inhale breath, step together. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to the right. Exhale, bow forward. Reach back and up. Inhale, step together. Exhale, hands to heart. Do that one more time. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, big breath in. Circle, sweep out and up. Good. Even look up to your hands this time a little bit if you can. And exhale, float them to your heart. Good. Inhale to the right. Exhale, bow forward. Reach the arms back and up. Inhale, step together. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale out. Exhale, bow. Inhale, step together. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice. Relax your arms down. Come into mountain pose, feet about hip distance apart. And just breathe in and out of the nose. And close your eyes here. Feel free to hum the breath out. Feel the shoulders relax. And if you closed your eyes, open your eyes. Yeah, good. All right, we're going to stretch our hamstring a little bit here. Get that nice and pliable. Get that fascia tissues nice and stretchy. Good. So you're simply going to step forward with your right foot. Yeah. So toes are forward. Right foot's a little bit forward. It actually is a little bit of a balance challenge in itself. We're going to bring our hands onto our hips. Good. All right. So situate your feet. You can widen your stance a little bit just so that you feel nice and balanced here. Because, you know, if your feet are closer together, it's more challenging. Yeah, good. But this is about our hamstring here, our hips. So nice tall spine. You're going to lift the heart. You're going to look up. And as you exhale, start to slide your hip bones back. Slide your hips back. And start to fold at your hips, like you're folding yourself in half. So hinging at your hips. You're going to notice that this front knee, this right knee might be locked. So soften the knee a little bit. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, see if you can drop your right hip and lift your left hip, or your right hip, your opposite hip of the foot that's forward. Let's see. So you have your right foot forward. So you want to lift your right hip, drop your left. Yeah, and breathe. And then each time you exhale, see if you can reach the crown of your head forward and then hinge forward a little bit more, body towards the floor, until you feel a nice stretch. Maybe along your back hamstring, glute. Yeah, just to where it's comfortable. There should be no discomfort. Each time, maybe try to lift that right hip and drop the left hip as you exhale. So we're flattening out our sacrum. Getting a nice back leg stretch here. And then pressing down into your hips, slowly bring your body back up, unhinge. Come back up, straight back. Yeah. And then on an inhale breath, bring your left foot next to your right and shake it out. Yeah. So we tend to get stiff in our low back, in our hamstrings, again, from, sitting a lot. And I'm not saying that I don't do that a lot. I mean, we sit for everything, right? We sit to eat, we sit to read, we sit to, socialize. So that's why it's important to come here. All right. Right foot forward, left foot back. Again, you can widen your stance here. Toes are forward. Yeah, this is pyramid pose. Hands on hips again. So let's get a nice tall spine. Lift your chest, look up. And as you exhale, glide your hips back, hinge forward at your hips, and just looking down at the floor. Good. Notice that there's a difference on this side. May feel the same, may feel different. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, see if you can drop your right hip and lift your left hip up a little bit. Yeah, to flatten out your low back there. Because tendency is for this right hip to be up higher. And find your breath. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. Each time you exhale, see if you can drop that right hip, lift the left. Good. And then pressing down into your hips, slowly with a flat back, bring the body, upper body straight back up, pressing down into your toes to come up. Yeah. And then on an inhale breath, bring that forward. That one's a challenging pose for me, because I tend to be short-waisted and tight in my hamstrings. Yeah, good. Relax it out. Let's find our mountain pose. Good. Let's slide our hands back, interlace your hands behind your hips. And let's just open up our front body here. Stretch your shoulders back. Lift your chin up slightly and breathe. Yeah, press into your toes. Always keeping our feet engaged, even when we're not stretching that lower body. Keeps us stable. Yeah, helps us to keep our balance. Good. And as you exhale, relax. Unclasp your hands behind your back. And we're gonna meet at the front of our chair. And we're gonna sort of take a little time to sit down, right? Because we're practicing sitting, yes. So let's just start with a nice, gentle, tall spine. Take a breath in, and on an exhale breath, send your hips back, press into your toes. Yeah. So if you want to touch your hips to the back of your chair, yeah, good. And then slowly come back up. So just practicing our way down. Take a breath in, and on an exhale breath, send your hips back. And maybe you come with your hips a little closer to the chair. Yeah. Maybe reach your arms forward. Yeah. And then on an inhale breath, come back up, arms up. Exhale, drop the arms, sit back, maybe a little bit closer to the chair. And inhale, come back up. I won't torture you too much longer here. And now exhale, send the hips back, arms stay down. Yeah. And as much as you can, if you need to hold on to your chair, fine. Maybe just touching the chair, the front of the chair. Send your hips back, press into your toes, and you can use your hands to slowly bring your hips to your chair. Good. Nice work, everybody. All right, we're sitting forward in our chair here. We're just gonna relax the legs. So let's do a little bit of a hip opener. That really helps our sitting and standing. So I know I say this, especially when you exercise, go take a walk or do something, come home and just stretch out your hips a little bit, like grabbing onto a knee and hugging your thigh in. Let's do a couple circles with our foot. Reach your shoulders back, get a nice tall spine, and land your leg onto the right, your right leg onto your left. Yeah. And lift the toe up. Again, feel free to bring the outside of your shoe on top of this left shoe or cross over if being up here is not for you today. Yeah. And then lift the heart. And even just this, you're feeling like today I must be tight because I'm already feeling a pretty significant stretch just by lifting my heart here and lifting my toe. So that's a stretch for your hips. If you want to go a little further, start to slide your belly forward, and you can go forward and back and just massage that out. Yeah, I'm stiff for sure. Yeah. And then at some point when you come forward, pause there, close your eyes, relax your body, relax your arms, take a breath in, and maybe hum it out. A breath in, and each time you exhale, humming it out if you'd like. See if you can relax your shoulders. Open your mouth slightly so your jaw is not clenching. And just see if you can melt into this opening. Good. When you're ready, just gently press down into that standing foot. Lift the body back up and then uncross. This is also nice to do on your back, if you're laying in your bed. Yeah, just crossing that leg over. Let's do the other side. So lifting that leg up, a couple circles here, one direction. Just loosen up that ankle and foot, and then bring that. So yeah, if you're laying on your back, you're doing this same pose. And sometimes it's a little bit easier because you're more grounded on your back. Or cross at your ankles or one foot on top of the other. Take a breath in and exhale, hinge forward, just to where you're feeling a stretch, no pain here. And come back up and exhale it out. So you can rock forward and back a little bit and then When you come forward, relax, close your eyes, feel your shoulders relax, wiggle your fingers so you're not gripping anything, and breathe. Just allow that exhale breath to relax the body. And when you relax the body, you can stretch a little bit deeper. It'll allow the muscles to relax and get stretched. Good. And your next inhale breath, press down into your right foot. Slowly bring the body back up. Boy, did I need that today. And relax. It's not why I did it, really, but it was an observation. And relax, shake out your legs. Good. And we will get ready for final relaxation, Shavasana. Sitting, you're going to scoot your hips all the way to the back of your chair. Feet flat on the floor. Yeah. Palms up on your lap. And just gently, comfortably as high up on your thighs as possible. That keeps our lungs open. Yeah. You can lay down on the floor as well. Close your eyes. Good. So let's just take a couple of those Brahmari breaths here to send us into relaxation. So take a nice breath in and just hum it out gently. Breath in and breathe out. One more at your own pace. Very bottom of the exhale breath, relax. Relax the shoulders, your arms and fingers. Relax your chest, your belly, your hips. Relax your thighs, hamstrings, legs, feet. Whole body relax. Yoga relaxes the body. Meditation relaxes the mind. Let go of all of your efforts now. When we are relaxed, we get closer to our true self, closer to finding that enlightenment, simply by finding relaxation. Let go of all your efforts. Let go of all of your past. Let go of all of your future worries. They don't exist. Bring your awareness to how you feel. Allow yourself to remain here for as long as you'd like. Should you choose to come back now into this space, take a little bit deeper breath in and let it go. Just sigh it out. Begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers. Bring a little smile to your face. Move your body gently, however you want. And just come back to stillness. Bring your hands into prayer position. Rest your thumbs onto your heart. Take a deeper breath in. Fill your lungs. As you exhale, gently hum the breath out as you bow your forehead to your fingertips. Relax your shoulders. We'll close today with this. When we are hooked on yesterday's conflict, we are not present to enjoy what is happening now. There's so much to enjoy in this little world of ours. When you're feeling ready and complete at your own pace, gently begin to flutter the eyes open as you lift your head. And I thank you all for coming and taking care of yourself on this great, lovely day. Have a lovely rest of your day. Namaste.